welcome to my last video on travel packing. I literally leave tomorrow, so this will go up on Wednesday so you can see what I'm actually packing. My planner is out and on my table, trying to get as many things possible done, I am extremely tired. I've just had a house inspection, so I'm running on about 4 hours sleep, so for the last 3 days. Joy, who we all lovingly know for the backpack, which I do have here, so I will grab it. It's underneath all my tech stuff. Just a second. The backpack scenario has gone nutso, and it is crazy, absolutely crazy, but it makes me laugh because I don't feel so bad now because Joy's almost overtaking me with all the enabling that she's doing. So let's scroll out as far as we can. Let me make my tripod higher so I can get the backpack in completely. Just a sec. Okay, so as you guys know, this is the backpack that a huge amount of Vinkies have gone a bit wild for, and I am no exception to this rule. I'm just as enabled as everyone else in this group, probably even more. My husband also got one. Is this here? He got the blueberry one, and this is his version with the brown straps. His is all packed to go for the trip. He's actually using this as his carry-on, whereas the kids and I have a small cabin size suitcase, and he decided to go with this for his carry-on so that he could help the kids with their suitcases and be hands-free. So mine is actually not going on as a carry-on, so I cannot show you exactly how I'm going to pack this for carry-on because I'm not carrying it as carry-on. It is going to go into my suitcase, my small carry-on suitcase, flat packed, and then all my other things will go in there with it. But I will take you through how I've decided to pack it for when I am out and about. And I also have my handbag, which I'm going to go grab because that's what I'm going to pack first for you guys, because that is what I'm going to be carrying on the plane with my essentials and the things that I'm going to use. I've had a few changes since my last video when I talked to you about what to take. I listened, I read all the comments, and I did downsize quite a bit more. So what I'm taking with me is less than what you saw. So we'll take you through that quickly. I know you guys love supply chats, and it's a great way for me to get it all straight in my head. So I'm gonna go get my handbag, which is the main thing that's carrying all my bits and bobs, because everything else will be inside my cabin suitcase, and I don't want to undo that suitcase in order to get things to use on the plane. The only thing that I'll probably get out is my laptop, because I will have at least one video to edit on the plane if I don't get it done now. So there's this, and there's some crazy person. So let me go get my handbag and we'll have a little bit of chat. I don't know why my camera is having a fit, but I will put it onto manual focus when I come back so that we don't have focusing issues. Okay, as you guys know, this is my Love 41 Hobo purse. It was a last minute purchase because I needed a bag that would carry quite a bit when I decided not to carry my backpack. So if we were just doing shopping or something that I didn't need a backpack for, this would be the bag that I took. I also have a really small Gillio handbag, which is when I go out at night time for dinner or something, and it is literally enough to carry my phone and my wallet. And that has been what I normally carry up to the school when I need to take my wallet or stuff. So this is the bag, and it's like really lightweight, small, but really handy. But I wanted to have a bigger alternative for when I took it on the plane, knowing that I would have my suitcase, my mini suitcase packed. I didn't want to open that suitcase up to get out my things. So I needed a bag that would do two things at once: carry all my crap and still be classified as a handbag, because I would get penalized if my bag was too big, because I've got my cabin bag and that is my carry-on, and I'm allowed one other smaller bag. So this is kind of mid-range, so I'm hoping it's not a problem. But anyway, like I was saying about Joy, I ordered this from Jet Pens. It is the, it's by this brand, Deldi, and it is one of these pencil cases that pulls down and turns into a cup, like so. So that is what I have decided to take on the plane with my watercolor palette, and that is because my big eye pencil case, I had everything in that pencil case, and I was having trouble getting my hand in because it was very stiff, and I didn't want to have any, it's quite big, and so I thought this would be, because it's standing up, it takes up less space and that sort of thing. Now everyone said that the eyeball pencil case was great because it fit everything, and I agree. But I also really like the design of this, and it made me decide what to bring and what to stay. Because with the eyeball, I was just filling it and filling it and filling it and filling it. So some of the excess stuff that didn't make it is now in my medium Delphonics pouch, which will get packed into my suitcase because it is not something that I'm going to get open. Not something I'm going to pull out while I'm on the plane. So what made the cull, you ask? I currently have a few Copic multi-liners because I like drawing in different colors, and I'm going to be drawing quite a bit on the plane for pleasure. I will have collage sheets have already been done. I'm just drawing for me. I'm drawing borders in my journal. I'm just doodling and spending time just playing, and that is something that I want to do a lot on this holiday, is just make some art for me, get re-inspired, get re-energized, get more ideas for you guys for the coming months on Patreon. I want to start 2018 with a huge bang, and so I need to get re-inspired for that. So I have two of the wine, one in a 0.1 and one in a 0.3, a pink in a 0.1, a grey in the 0.1, and the navy in the 0.3. I'm actually really enjoying the navy. So there are the colours there for you. I'm actually, like I said, the navy has been, I've loved using the navy, especially in collage sheets. I have the Planner glue pen. This was a recommendation by quite a lot of you, so if I want to glue something in, I do have that. I do have my tape runner in my Delphonics pouch. Actually, I'll show you my Delphonics pouch after this. And I have 3 mechanical pencils, one in 0.5. Actually, both of these are 0.5, so technically only need to take one. I will keep my Mab Graves one at home so it doesn't get lost. This was sourced by Marla, and she grabbed these on clearance. I've been searching for the pink and the purple, so if anyone knows where the pink and the purple ones are, I would love them. I'll pay for them, all costs covered. And I actually have a backup in case I do lose it, but I don't want to lose it, and this is just to keep safekeeping. So I have my pink pencil and a mechanical pencil. I have a pink ballpoint pen. This is good for sketching. I have my Mono Zero eraser, the really small one. I also have my normal eraser stuck down the side, so that one stays as well. I have a white gel pen in the broad. I have a highlighter with 2 colors because I am taking my planner with me. I have a brush tip Faber-Castell pen. I have a black ballpoint pen. I have another black ballpoint pen. I should probably just take one. I have my pink multi-ball, my black multi-ball, and my Copic brush pen. I also have a water brush that's got water in it for my watercolor palette, and I've picked my colored pencils that I thought would be a good, you know, grouping. So only a couple of the Prismacolors. I'm also trying out the what do you call them? What are they called? The Polychromos, and I have one of the museum colors in there. Man, those museum pencils are addictive. I want the whole set. I also want all the Holbein pencils. Where are my Holbein pencils? If you haven't noticed, I got on the pastel pencil route. These are stunning. I'm not taking them because I don't want them to get lost, broken, damaged in any way, shape or form, because they are beautiful. I love them. I love them so hard. Joy again. So they're in there, but then I've put one museum pencil in there because I really love the shade. Does it say what color it is? No, it's just got numbers, but it is so pretty. So that is all that is in there. Obviously, I have my watercolor palette. This has not changed. It is the same colors that I have shown before. I'll try and remember to put the image in this bit. So if you ask what colors are in there, I've put the image up before, but some people are new, some people miss it. So it will be in the description notes of the Patreon blog post if I remember. If I don't remember, please don't lynch me, because I'm pretty... Oh, maybe I will remember, because I'm literally talking to myself to remember. So they are all in there, and it literally pops back up like that, like so. I am taking my vanishing point. I am going to trial it on the plane. I'm taking it in a Ziploc bag. I'm also taking my other... Let me go get my Delphonics pouch now, because it's time to talk Delphonics pouches before I move on to how I'm packing it in here. Because I'm just going to keep talking about what's in that damn Delphonics pouch. So let's get it. So because a lot of my daily stuff, my daily grabs are in this, my leather case has next to nothing in it. And that's just going in as is. I will switch out my stuff from this pink thing back into my leather roll, because I love it too much not to use it. So I've currently got a spare, like the smaller white gel pen, which I'm not going to use, my spoon, and my two Midori stencils. And now that I'm looking at it, maybe that, no, Connie, stop being extra. Put them in there. So that is as is. I'm rolling it up. It'll never ever be able to be rolled like this with all my crap inside it. So I'm taking advantage. So that is getting packed into my carry-on, because obviously it's of no use to me in its squishy Twinkie state. There's that. So that's there, so I don't forget it. My excess pencils are in here, and they are a mixture of the Prismacolors, the Pablos by Caran d'Ache, my museum pencils, the Luminance. Yep, the Luminance. So there goes another Prisma, are in there. I have the watercolor pens that I got in the stationery selection box, just because I like the colors and I think they're quirky. So I've just sort of dumped everything in here that I think I'll need. I've got some of my black outliners and my gray watercolor brush. My lipstick, which should not be in there. Look, like I said, I've dumped things in there. There's my other museum pencils that didn't make it into the striped thing. So they can go in there. Put those in there. I've got my brown Copic multi-liner, my Stabilo pencil, and a gray pen, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to take that out. My other little Mono Zero. I have to put a new refill in this because I know that I've got barely anything left, and by the time I do my junk journal video there'll be nothing. So that will come. I have my date stamp and my little archival. Someone asked if I actually ended up packing it. I did, but I needed to use it. I do also still have my porcelain palette in there. I'm umming and ahhing about this because I want to use it, but I think maybe I'm being a little bit crazy doing it, and someone did point that out. Like, they said, I don't think you need it, but I admire you for packing it. It's kind of like, I admire your streak of crazy, but do you really need it? And so this may end up going. I do have a glue stick as well. I've got my Schmincke palette, which has got all my other spare colors in it if I want extra when I'm coloring in the hotel. This will not be going out and about. This will stay in the hotel if I want to do extra stuff. So that slips in there. I've got all my HB Sprocket paper down in here, as well as my HB Sprocket, which I need to charge tonight. In here, I have my two beautiful pouches, Postman pouches by Sojourner, and this is to collect little bits of ephemera and to keep all my photographs that I print out together. So that's for safekeeping. I have my sharpener in here. I also have my 2 pen pouches. Now, the pens that are in here are my Vanishing Point, my Decimo, Pilot Decimo in Champagne Pink, and my Pilot Pereira. Now I have ink in these. I'm going to Ziploc them and Ziploc them separately, and if they explode, they explode. I'll clean them up, it'll be fine. But if they don't, I've had mixed responses when I asked for help. Some people said they'll be fine, some people said they'll explode, some people said they've carried these exact pens, had no problems, some said differently. It is just a game of chance. So I'm gonna chance it because I can wash it off. It'll be fine. I'll wash it off if they get messy. But I will Ziploc them all, and then I have my travel watercolor brushes, which you know, in here. So that is all that is in there. Some people said to me, why don't you have, you know, Project Life cards and stuff like that? And I see the allure. Also, my watercolor thing will go in there. I'm not taking that on the plane. I'll just use some tissues. It's just extra stuff that I don't need. And I understand where you're coming from. Believe me, I do, because I'm always tipping in and stuff like that. I believe that I'll collect enough ephemera and postcards and bits and bobs to not need Project Life cards. I will use my postcards as a way to adhere photos to and journal on and stuff like that. So I didn't want to bulk up my stuff with that sort of stuff, knowing I could essentially collect that stuff on my trip. I do have a few, I will have a few bits and pieces in here. I have some washi tape. I also have some spare watercolor paper in the back here. I don't need that there. So I have things in here that I can draw and stuff on, and a lot of my tip-ins and stuff will be going into my junk journal because I fully believe that my paper will not hold up to the abuse of travel journaling that I want it to. I may want it to, but I don't think it's going to. So that is why there are no Project Life stuff. I am keeping the strap on it. It just makes it easier. So that is currently all that is in my Delphonics pouch, and I don't want to add anything else. It's still got a little bit of room to grow if I purchase anything. So I've got that there. But that is going in my suitcase once I Ziploc my fountain pens. So there's that. I'm not taking any Copic markers. I'm not taking any distress stains. I'm not doing any of that. I will literally use my colored pencils. So let's get down to my handbag. That's not getting packed in there either. So I will have my phone. There is a slip pocket on the back. My phone fits perfectly in there. As you can see, there's already color transfer from wearing black jeans the other day. But I have succumbed to the fact that if I'm going to travel with this bag, it's going to get dirty, it's going to get stained, it's going to get used. I need to get over it. So when you open it up, it sits like a pit. So you can see there. At the moment in there, I have the kids' Opal card. So when we come back from Australia, we'll probably be catching the train home and getting John's parents to pick us up from the train station. And that is why I have to remember to bring their travel cards. I also have this little thing that I bought to take to Disney because I am 5. And so it's got a little thing in here for money or change there and a little card holder. So I'm probably going to switch my Opal card into here from my Sailor Moon one. I also have my wallet, which I need to go through and take out all the ID and cards that are no longer needed for it. But I want them in there so I know that they're in there. So I do have my pink pencil case, which it can sit in this little corner here. I am also taking my journal because I'm going to be journaling in my head. I will be, because I will need to de-stress from all the crazy ragey things that have happened. My watercolor palette can sit back in here. I am taking my planner on the plane because I have to plan out content for 2018. Is that what year we're in? Oh. So that is it. There's also all this room back here. So I will have, where is it? Let me go grab it because I've got things packed. Not packed, but like sitting pretty. So let me go grab it. I have this little thing here which has my headphones in it, and I can leave it flat like this and sit my phone on it if I need it to be propped up for any reason, like you can see there. So I have that to stick. I can even attach it to the side if I wanted to. So to save room. Yeah, there. Now in here I've got some tissues which I'll probably either get one of the kids to carry, but just in case. So this is what I'm going to have as my tech pouch. Haven't packed everything because I'm using some of my tech still, but I have my battery charger for my phone, and that will go in here. I have plugs and stuff in here, but I will not need those. I will be packing my, what do you call it? My sunglasses and a few of my other little bits and pieces, and maybe a lip balm. And that will be all that has it. I will have my big headphones around my neck, which are, where are my headphones? Essentially, I could take my headphones out. I have the rose gold Beats. This is what I do all your voiceovers with. So there. I will also have my laptop, but that will be in a separate case altogether, because I will be probably editing a video. Maybe. We'll see. But that's it packed. It does fit everything in there that I need it to. I've got all my journaling stuff. If I wanted to carry a book, I probably could slip a book in the back. What is in the back? Oh, a pen. I could probably slip a book in the back pocket here with no problems. I'll grab one to show you. It's a tight fit, but it's in there, and that's a pretty decent sized book. I could take my phone out and put it this way if I wanted to, so that I wouldn't have to pull anything out of my bag. My phone, I've got pockets in what I'm wearing, so it could essentially go into my pocket. But that is my handbag. It is heavy. I would be inclined to carry it from this than on my shoulder, because I packed it with way more crap than I need on a normal day. This is just stuff that I want to have access to while on the plane without having to go and attack a giant mini suitcase from above me. So I kind of just packed it with things I know I will gravitate towards on the flights. And that is it. So let's talk about the backpack and what I will pack and how I will pack. A lot of the stuff that's in here will go into the backpack, but not all of it. And some of the stuff that's in the Delphonics pouch will go into the backpack, but not all of it. It will really depend on the kind of day we're having. I don't think I would be inclined to take my portable printer out with me to take photos, but you never know. The kids also have a camera each, so I will be incorporating some of their photography into my journal, which I think is a great way. And they will be, I'm going to encourage them to journal while we're away as well. Lily will have no problems. Elijah, not so much. I want to take my junk journal in here, but I don't think it is going to be feasible. So it will go into my suitcase and I'll just work in my journal and just doodle and draw, because I've done no journaling for the last 2 weeks because I've been so busy and I miss my journal. So I think it'll be a great time for me to just purge. Just purge. So great little bag from Love 41. It is very heavy, but it's a full leather bag, but it does everything I need it to do without a problem. So it's got an A5, it's got a B6 Slim, it's got a pencil case, giant headphones, tech stuff, watercolor supplies, and it will sit comfortably at my feet underneath the plane. So I can grab them whenever I need to and not worry about all the crap that's above my head or inside my carry-on. So let's talk about the backpack, shall we? Right, now that you've seen me unpack some of my stuff out of my pink pencil case and into my travel pen roll. Oh my gosh, my brain is broken, Inkies. So that is all I want to carry art supplies wise in here, like so. So I will put that down in the bottom. I do have my ephemera pouch, which I'm actually putting in this top bit up here. I will put my cloth in one of these side pockets. As you can see, there's a side pocket in here. Oh, there goes all my pencils. My wallet, I am actually going to pop into this section here. Or if I'm carrying my backpack, I will probably take my Gillio bag that you saw me talk about. Where have I popped that? So you can see, so if we're going somewhere like shopping or something, my wallet and my phone, which is charging at the moment, will fit in here with no issues. And I would just carry that so I could get to my wallet really easily and my phone, and then the rest of my stuff would be in here. But if I don't want to have that extra thing, I would just pop in my wallet into here. Also, my two fountain pens, my sketching fountain pens are in the back pocket here as well. I don't think my planner will come with me while we're out and about. I think if I was to bring my planner, that would just be a bit silly. I did think about writing down stuff that we did during the day, so I have like a record of it, but I'm going to be vlogging it, so that will help. So this will not get packed in my bag. This will stay at the hotel, especially when I'm still doing a tiny little bit of work, or if I have to remember something, or I want to schedule something while I'm away. So I will be taking my journal in the A5 size. If I drop another thing off that table, and I would literally, slip my little pen loop off my planner. I'm actually also replacing the Life book with a plain notebook. I don't have any need. I wasn't sure if I wanted the Life book, but it came in a pack, so I bought it because it came with the idea book, but I'm just going to slip in a plain B6 Slim notebook from Rowena because I think that will be more helpful to me than the Life book. So I would essentially clip it to my dashboard because my covers are inside the folio. So that I would have my pen there if I wanted to just draw something or write something or quickly sketch something. That would go in there. My two travel watercolor brushes are going to go into that little zip pouch there, and probably my glue. Now, my sunglasses are obviously missing from here. I have a little makeup pouch that would have lip balm and stuff like that, which isn't being packed. When I'm in New York, I would be taking my gloves. These were knitted by a girlfriend of mine. The wool is actually hand dyed by me when I had my hand dyed dyeing business. So I would have that if they weren't on my hands. I would also have my small tripod in here, or hubby would carry the tripod. Not sure. And I would also have my big camera, which is what I'm filming on. So that would slip in there, and that is all that I would want to take in here. I probably have some band-aids and some tissues and wet wipes for the kids, but that's pretty much it. Or I might actually get Hubs to carry those because there's not much that hubby really needs to carry. He's carrying our portable Wi-Fi that we purchased so that I can still do social media things while I'm out and about. And I'm just trying to see my stuff. I would have my hat, which is actually a black cat ear hat that Amy knitted for me, or I would have my pink beret with ears. Not sure if I'm going to take that, and if my scarf isn't around my neck, it will be inside my backpack. Like so. Obviously you'll get a better idea of how this works as a travel backpack during my vlogs. I'll talk about how it's going, I'll talk about what I used. I'm also going to keep track of the supplies I actually used from my trip. So I'm going to do a video, I'm going to film part 1 before I leave, but you won't see it until I get back. Or I'll film it, or I'll make a note of it and film it later. All the stuff I actually take, like every single thing that I take art supplies wise, and then I will make a video about what I actually used while I travel, and there'll be cutaway shots of me using some of the supplies. That's what I have in an ideal world. So that fits everything with no issues whatsoever. I like that the zipper's been covered. I would put these, because my wallet's obviously in there at the moment. I may have like a small water bottle or something on the side, but that is my backpack basically packed. It's not too heavy. It only looks bulky because I've obviously got a big blanket scarf that's in there. My planner would stay at the hotel, which, quickly, side note, absolutely loving the Jibun Techo. I've had it for almost a month now, and I'm just really finding my feet with it, and I absolutely love it. No, there's no stickers or anything. May use highlighter stickers as time goes by, but I'm really surprised with how much I can get into this. My monthly is pretty filled with like boring stuff, but that's a planner to me. It's got to function as my work planner, it's got to function as my home planner, it's got to function as all the things. I've got my packing list down the side. Last week I had stuff that I needed to complete for Jane, I had stuff that I needed to complete for you guys, I had a whole heap of school stuff for the kids as they wind down for school, and it did its job and I didn't miss anything. So I'm really loving the compact size, and obviously my folio is not showing up true to color, so ignore my pictures and my video footage of Rose of Sharon, because it never ever looks like it's supposed to. I can never capture it. So this would stay at home on the hotel table. So I would have a few pens, extra pens, my highlighter, my colored pencils, and obviously my extra pencils that were in my Delphonics pouch, and my junk journal, which I would work on at night time with all the bits and pieces and all the stuff that's in my Delphonics pouch. All this would stay at home, whereas this stuff is stuff that I want to take. If I want to sketch, I've got spare watercolor paper in the back of my folio. If I want to draw, if I want to write, sometimes when we sit down for lunch, I need to eat slowly or I will get sick. So I normally pull out my journal and doodle while I'm eating, so I can focus on line work or something, and it slows me right down. I don't want to be on my phone all the time, so I will pull out my journal and just doodle while I'm eating so I can slow down chewing. It's a big learning curve having to chew your food 30 times. And I don't even do 30 times because I can't stand the consistency, but I have to chew a lot in order to let it go down properly after surgery. So that is the donut backpack in the macaron style. Everyone's going nuts for it. I wish now, in hindsight, now that my hair's done, that I would have bought the brighter color, but I'm still in love with these colors, and I think that they will go with a lot more stuff. They're a lot more toned down, but I think if I buy another one, if this one ever falls apart, I would go for the bright pink one. Like I had two choices and I picked this one. But that is what I'm packing. I know it was a bit crazy and a bit rushed, but I now have to sit down and work on my junk journal for another video for you guys. And I know there were questions about how I was gonna pack this, and then you'll get like real life updates on how it's going in the wild, which I would find more useful than me just packing it on camera and then you never see it again. So I will endeavor to show you how I work with my tools, even if there's just snippets here and there for vlog footage. I will do it. I am filming this trip not just for vlogs, but also to keep a memory for myself. A lot of people said don't vlog it or don't stress about content, but I will vlog it because I want to. I'm not saying I'm going to be a great vlogger because I'm not that great at it, but the kids are excited because they watch vloggers on YouTube, and when I said that I wanted to vlog the trip, they got excited. So the first footage you'll probably see is me telling the kids that they're going, well, me and hubby telling the kids they're going to Disneyland tomorrow morning. So that's where we're going to break that to them. But I think it's a fantastic backpack. Now I need to unpack it all and put it in my suitcase. But I can't wait to see how it fares, and I'll also put in a little mini review from the Hubster, if he'll let me, after he's used his for the trip as well, because it'd be nice to hear from a guy's point of view to see how he likes it. And he does a heap more travel because he actually is considering turning it into his travel backpack instead of his This Is Ground one because of the weight difference. So we'll see how he likes it. You know, he is very unbiased. He's got no clue about the cult that is the backpack. So he'll be really good. All right, my loves, that is everything that I have packed. I hope you have enjoyed this quirky, quick, random video. If you have a backpack, how are you using yours? If you're withstanding your backpack, power to you. I am really considering taking out my porcelain palette. I think I'm just being dramatic, like I'm just being crazy. Like, it's pretty heavy, you know. That's like, I don't know, more supplies I could buy that, you know, instead of this. I have a mixing palette in both my palettes, so I don't really need to take this. Think of the supplies you can replace it with. There's a whole pocket there now, see? A whole pocket that you could fill with supplies that you buy from the art supply warehouse or Dick Blick or Michael's or wherever you're going to go. All right, there will be a post up in the Facebook group about the New York meetup. The LA one has been sorted. You can PM, DM, email Rowena about that. That is all up to her. She's organizing that. I'm just coming. But the New York one is on my shoulders, and we are going to meet on Sunday, the 2nd of December at the Kinokuniya bookstore. And then from there, we're going to have a little bit of a peruse, because I really want to see that bookstore. Let me just double check that I'm not giving you, you know, stupid dates. Nope, Sunday the 3rd of December. Sunday the 3rd. I will organize a time. There will be a public post in the Facebook group about it, about the time that I pick. I've got to work around my best friend from high school who lives there, and obviously my family. And then we'll have a little bit of a journal chat over coffee or tea or maybe a snack or something, and that will be the meetup. I do not want the meetup to go all day, because at the end of the day, this is a family trip and a family holiday. I also know the LA meetup is not an all-day event either. It doesn't start until like 1, I think, and I think it's only a couple of hours. So yes, there will be information in the group if you're interested in coming to the New York meetup, and there's quite a few inkies asking me about it. So I'll put up a public post in the next day, probably tonight, when I have collapsed in a lounge from doing all the things. So take care, my loves, and I'll talk to you guys very soon, or see some of you very soon. Bye! That big picture of my feet that has the word Sydney on it, and do that as like a starter page, like we're going from Sydney, and then do my feet somewhere in LA and do my feet somewhere in New York, that sort of thing, and have them as sort of big feature pages almost. But yeah, I want to do a whole heap of, you know, not crafty, but just a little bit different to my normal journaling. My normal